Hey guys, Micah from blackbearcustomkydex. Let me adjust the camera here. Got a video for you today on a piggyback system that I just finished for the tops SXB and SXS. These are obviously companion knives. I think both designed by E.J. Snyder. Certainly this one, the infamous Tops Skull Crusher, and then the SXS, which is the smaller version of that. Yes, also designed by E.J. Snyder. These are both very interesting knives. They're kind of tracker style blades, but they offer a little bit more of a drop point tip. Well, I suppose even the Tom Brown tracker would be technically a drop point tip, but these obviously have a little bit more of an elongated end and all that in front of the tracker style recurve or whatever you want to call that. But anyway, these are worthy knives to check out. They're both very interesting. I like both of them. Comfort hand and nice and hefty, especially on the SXB for chopping. So Jake, my client, asked me to build him a piggyback setup. He wanted it in black basket weave and Cryptek Neptune. So that's what you're seeing here. The accessories that he asked me to build holders for include the Exotac Nano Striker XL, the Lansky LCD O2 tactical sharpening rod, and the Sunto clipper compass. Now, these are my accessories. He's already got them, so I've just used them to build the holders. And in case you're wondering, my Lansky is actually broken. There's a ceramic crossblade style sharpener that goes on this end that snapped off a long time ago, but I can still check the fit with the diameter of the tube here. So, all right, let's start with the Lansky. So, Jake, when you put your Lansky in, currently it's designed for the end that the rod comes out is designed to go up toward the handles of the knives. So you want to put it in from the bottom. The head that snapped off of mine is too big to pass through the holder, and it also creates a little bit of a standoff against the Kydex. So you really need to make sure that that's the end that's near this curvature on the sheath, because it's the only place it's actually going to fit. Going up top here, we have the Exotac Nano Striker XL. This can come out in either direction. The only thing you have to contend with for space are the D-rings. So personally, I think I like removing it from the tip of the sheath, or tip end of the sheath first. Seems a little bit easier to go in and out from that end. There you go, Nano Striker XL. I did not include shock cord. These holders are actually nice and snug, so you still get kind of a smoothish draw, but you don't have to deal with obviously whittling down a rod with everything being in an aluminum casing here. It's not going to get whittled down the way a ferro rod does, so you don't really need the shock cord to retain it, and it's definitely snug enough that it's not going to fall out on you. And finally, down here we have the Sunto clipper. Now this is, in my opinion, the best possible compass, at least in my experience and knowledge, for putting onto a Kydex sheath. The reason is because not only is it small and accurate, but it's also inexpensive, and it has this brilliant feature on it, giving it its name, the clipper. But it's got a little clipper jaw here that can be used to slide onto fabric or whatever else. And how I set it up is I create a floated plate. It's not directly attached. It's got some spacers in between to keep it kind of floating above the surface of the sheath. And then you can slip that jaw in underneath it. There's also a tooth on the bottom of the compass, and that tooth is going to fall into this large drill hole there, making it sit flush with the Kydex, and it feels pretty secure on there. So this is just an excellent way to carry a compass on a sheath if that's something you'd like to do. And also obviously be aware that it needs to be removable. If you see a compass that's not removable from a sheath, if it's kind of like built in and closed and all that, I'm going to call BS on it, because all the metal around around the compass, not only the hardware on the sheath, but obviously the knives themselves, can throw off that compass reading. So your compass needs to be removable if you're mounting it to a sheath system. So there you go. Up here you can see we have a couple of D-rings. Now this is to attach a Baldrick sling. Baldrick carry, as you guys probably know from following me for a while, is my all-time favorite carry setup. Excuse me. It's my all-time favorite carry setup or method for anything that's large or heavy. And the reason why I love it so much is because it doesn't have any, there's no detriment to it, in my opinion. With something like a dangler, you have that one point on your belt that sort of tugs the weight downward or can generate momentum swinging as you move. And to me, that just doesn't feel particularly comfortable. Whereas with Baldrick, I don't even need to be wearing a belt. I could be wearing anything from no shirt all the way up to a heavy winter coat, and I can still have that sling on. I can have a pack on or not. I can use it while I'm out for a casual walk, hike, just camping, whatever it is. It's just easy on and off because it's a sling. So I just really love Baldrick. It bears the weight much better than other systems would, and it's just a very easy, practical, and in my opinion, very comfortable solution to carrying large and or heavy systems. And I think this would qualify as both large and heavy. These are hefty knives. So for a sling, we're going with the Beach and Tactical Baldrick sling. Beautiful work from Jacob Peterson over at Beach and Tactical, Preppers Bunker Outdoors. Go check him out, guys. And let me show you really quick how this works. I'm just going to attach my sling. Alright, so very simple. You just throw it over your dominant shoulder. You slip your non-dominant arm through, so it hangs under your non-dominant arm. Typically with the handles forward, although there are also other ways to carry Baldrick. You can obviously move your D-rings or attach both points to just the top here and have it hang vertically, whatever you want to do, but it's just very comfortable, very easy. And the whole idea is that you can just reach across and draw your knives out. Now, one thing I always try to do is make one-handed draw possible, even with a Baldrick system. So what you want to do is use your thumb to break the sheath open, essentially. And in the case of let's start with the SXS. This one, you can kind of get just a little push off with the thumb. It's very easy and it'll draw out. The SXB has a lot more aggressive retention because of these scallops into, they call it the Rocky Mountain tread, on the handle scale. So the Kydex has to overcome multiple retention points simultaneously. So Jake, what you want to do to draw this, if you're drawing right-handed, you're going to push on the left side of the sheath. So as you're looking at it, you got your hand wrapped this side and you want to push toward your body. You basically want to manually spread that Kydex open there. And at the same time, you're going to use your regular draw grip with your fingers here. So it does take quite a bit of force to break that, but when you're using the two things combined, it comes out really easily. And actually what I'm finding is the most comfortable is using, you know, sort of the bottom of the knuckle up there. So one-handed draw, not a problem. As long as you break the retention there, it's very easy to do. You might need a second hand or you know, tuck it or something to give resistance when you insert the knives, when you resheath them. But the initial draw is no problem. So there you go. Both of them have excellent retention. Nice clicks in and no rattle, no play. So that's the system I've got. Jake, I hope you like this, brother. I appreciate your patience waiting for me to get this finished for you. You guys know my books are closed, catching up on my backlog, and I'm hoping to have that all squared away in just a few weeks at this point. So we are closing in on the time when I can open the books again for new orders. So I really appreciate you guys who have ordered. I appreciate your patience as you wait for me to get caught up, and give you one final look here at this beautiful sheath. Also, I got another compass plate on the back side, so this is ambidextrous. You can switch this to left-handed. All right, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below of these two knives and of this sheath setup. What do you think of the colors? What do you think of the placement of all the items? And what do you think of Beach and Tactical and his Baldrick slings? I absolutely love them. Best Baldrick slings in the world, in my opinion. But I'd love your opinions as well. All right, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and stick around for the next one. God bless.